Kevin? Kevin? Kevin, can you hear me? Because I don't have sound.
Yes, Henry. Yes, Henry. Kindly, we'll stay muted then until we start.
Kevin, can you hear me? I don't have sound.
Yes, Henry. Yes, Henry. Kindly, we'll stay muted
Huwezi kupata shida. Sisi watu wamesoma. Sitaki kama. Mimi hata natetema.
Kevin, can you hear me?
Yes, Henry.
Kevin, can you hear me?
Tukutane California. Hizi tutakale mtindo unaingia. Ninakujali kipenzi. Si mwachi. Huwezi. Tazameni piganake. Kacha. Tukutane California. Hizi tutakale mtindo unaingia. Ninakujali kipenzi. Mwana.
I'm Faustin Ochoi Dompa, the Director, Examinations and Timetabling. Let me take this opportunity on behalf of the principal, Tharaka University College, Professor Kinyo Muriungi, Deputy Principal, ARSA, a Deputy Principal, Finance and Planning, the management, and the staff, to welcome you all, our dear esteemed first years, in our second day orientation. So for now, I would like us to honor the Kenya National Anthem. Welcome. Kenya National Anthem, please. ICT. Thank you very much for your honor of the national anthem. Now we are going to rise and pray. We welcome our God on our second day. In the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Father, we thank you for the wonderful day you have given us. We thank you for our top management that has enabled us to be online. We thank you for the first years that you have granted us to them, so that they may carry all their dreams in our university college. We pray, Lord, that you may carry with us this day, that our program be according to your will. Lord, we pray that you bless our parents who have enabled us to access this important moment in our studies at Tharaka University College. We pray, Lord, that you may be with us, and we pray that that everything that we are going to say, let it be of the benefit of the university and the benefit of our students. And this we pray in God the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. So now I welcome the MC, Mr. Morris, to take this opportunity and take us through the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Muchoi, for doing the opening prayers. I would like to take this opportunity now to welcome the video. Welcome.
Yes, Professor Veronica Nyaga, Dean, Faculty of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, Tharaka University College. Today, I'm delighted to welcome you to the Faculty of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, Tharaka University College. The faculty is anchored on the frameworks of commitment and integrity in pursuit of academic excellence for social transformation and holistic development. Our vision as the faculty is to be an adaptive center of excellence in teaching, research, innovation, and outreach for sustainable societal transformation at the local and global perspectives. Our mission as the faculty is to create a strong knowledge of towers of freedom through teaching, research, and innovation for all-round graduates endowed with problem-solving skills in novel situations for sustainable societal transformation. Our philosophy as a faculty of Education, Humanities, and Social Sciences is to be champions for holistic training of learners through generation, acquisition, dissemination, and preservation of skills and knowledge towards competitive graduates for global market. The faculty provides equal opportunities to all in enhancing sense of greatness among students as well as the staff in pursuit of bigger vision of Tharaka University College. Our programs are engineered to promoting holistic transformation for the development of humanity and society. We are guided by the principles of continuous improvement of services and products, gender equity, and prudent use of natural resources for sustainable environment, for sustainable environmental conservation. The faculty has ultramodern learning resource center with smart boards, e-learning support platforms, dynamic practicum references to enhance quality education. The Faculty of Education, Humanities, and Social Sciences consists of two departments, namely, one, Department of Education, and two, Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. The Department of Education has the following programs: Diploma in Education, primary option, secondary option. Then we have the undergraduate programs, which are both regular and part-time. We have the B.Ed Science, B.Ed Arts, B.Ed Arts again, primary option, B.Ed Early Childhood Education. We have other programs in postgraduate section. We have the Master of Education in Science Education. Also, we have Master in Education Curriculum and Instruction. We have many programs in this section, which also includes Master of Education Management, Master of Education in Foundations, Master of Education in Educational Psychology. We have PhD programs, which include PhD in Science Education, PhD in Curriculum and Instruction, PhD in Education Management, PhD in Education Foundations, and also PhD in Educational Psychology. The other department, which is the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, has the following programs: Certificate in Community Development, Certificate in Criminology and Security Studies, Diploma in Leadership and Public Administration, Diploma in Criminology and Security Studies, Bachelor of Science in Community Development, Bachelor of Arts in various areas like Swahili, Literature, Geography, Criminology and Security Studies again, History, and also Religious Studies. We also have Master of Arts in Kiswahili. Yes, then we have also Master of Science in Community Development, and also PhD programs in Kiswahili, Literature, History, Geography, yes, among others. So we want to welcome you to this faculty. It's a growing faculty with very important areas that can develop your careers, and we are happy that we shall continue to learn together. Welcome. Thank you.
My name is Justus Miu, Dean Faculty of Business Studies, Tharaka University College. On behalf of the Faculty of Business Studies, I warmly welcome you to Tharaka University College and thank you for choosing Tharaka University College as your preferred institution of higher learning. I also congratulate you for performing very well in your KCSE examination, hence earning a place in this prestigious and fast-growing university. I assure you that you will not regret choosing to be in Tharaka University College. The Faculty of Business Studies is one of the largest and vibrant faculty in Tharaka University College. The faculty is headed by a Dean of Faculty and has one department, Department of Business Administration, which is headed by a Chairman of Department. The faculty vision is to be a world-class center of excellence in provision of quality, teaching, research, innovation, and outreach services in the areas of business and economics for effective management of businesses and economies. We strive to achieve the world-class standards in higher education through offering quality market-driven programs in certificate, diploma, undergraduate, and postgraduate studies. This has enabled us to provide access to quality education to many people, including those who would not have attained a direct entry to degree programs in the university. Our programs have the component of research that equips students with appropriate skills to conduct quality research that aims at solving societal problems. Our curricula also provides for industrial attachment and field visits that enable our students to integrate theory and practice on job. All our programs are approved by the Committee of University Education. We have a team of highly qualified, skilled, and competent lecturers in the faculty who are properly aligned in their areas of specialization for effective teaching of our students. Our lecturers provide consultation time for students and offer them academic advisory services apart from teaching. The faculty will continue attracting additional qualified staff as the number of students and areas of specialization increase. We provide a variety of modes of study for our students, including regular mode, weekend-based mode, evening mode, open and distance e-learning mode. These modes provide flexibility that allow our learners who have different personal engagements to pursue their studies with ease. We will conduct all our teaching and supervision for September-December 2020 semesters through the distance and e-learning module until the government, through the Ministry of Health, assures us of the safety of face digitized notes in the e-learning platform. We will also be recording our presentations on various topics in our courses and upload them for your access. In the current circumstance of COVID-19 pandemic, I encourage all our students to get access to a laptop, an iPad, or a smartphone in readiness for the semester work. We continue with other institutions and benchmarking our programs to ensure we produce quality graduates who have the competitive edge in the job market. We have established a CASNEP center in our university college, which allows our students to undertake courses like CPA and CS with ease based on what they have been taught at the university. Therefore, we encourage you to take advantage of this examination center to ensure that you acquire or attain a professional qualification alongside your degree or a diploma program that will be starting here in the university. We believe that we are on the course of contributing to our 3 pillars of Vision 2030 by training and producing to fully attain the middle class status and also provide sound leadership in our country. We train our students to be entrepreneurial so that they can create jobs, for themselves and for others in order to solve problem of unemployment and improve livelihood of our people. Now, I want to give you some advice. The Faculty of Business Studies expect all her students to be well disciplined and committed in their studies. Students are expected to attend all lectures, do all the assignments, the continuous assessment tests, and end of semester examination. Examination malpractice, such as coming into the examination with unauthorized material, discussing with others while in the examination room, or copying from others. Of course, the detail of this is found in the examination rule, in the book, in the student's handbook. All these academic offenses lead to expulsion of a student from the university. Another academic offense that may lead to expulsion of a student from the university is failing more than 50% of the credit factors in any academic year. I strongly appeal to all our offenses which may ruin their careers. In case any student may be absent from the university for some acceptable reasons, it is important to inform the chairman of the department so that arrangements are put in place with the lecturers to make up for the cuts, assignments, and lectures that the student missed while away. If a student absents from attending class for 2 consecutive weeks without any reason, then such a student will not be allowed to sit for exams for the courses that he or she missed the lectures. For students who may be completely unable to pay fees, they are advised to defer their studies to another semester or academic year. I encourage all our students to work hard and avoid bad companies that may deviate them from their goals of academic excellence. Carefully select friends who are ready to help you achieve your targets. Always have a vision of what you want to be after the years you spend in Tharaka University College, and then purpose to walk that dream to bring it to fulfillment. Choose a role model who can positively impact on your career. Now, it is good for you to know how the courses are graded. For every course unit that you undertake, 70 and above, you score an A. 60 to 69, you score a B. 50 to 59, you score a C. 40 to 49, you score a D, and below 40, you score an F. Now, what happens if you score an F? If a student gets a fail after initial attempt of the exam, he will be allowed to resit the failed course. And when you receive the failed course, the maximum score you get is 40%. Now, if a student fails a resit course, then he's given an opportunity, and this one, mark me, is the last opportunity, which is now to retake a course. Retaking means the student goes to class, attends all the lectures, does all the assignments, the cards, and then does the exam. Now, for a retake course, it is graded like the normal exam. You can get an A, you can get a B, you can get a C or a D. Now, all these resit and retake exam attract a fee as prescribed by the university. I will advise you that you avoid situations that will make you to retake the exam so that you pass at the first instance. Now, I want to encourage you to get the best degree or certificate while in Tharaka University College. Now, for our degrees, they are classified 70%, cumulative of 70 and above is first class, 60 to 69 is second class honors upper division, 50 to 59 is second class lower division, then 40 to 49 is pass. For the diploma programs and certificates, 70 and above is a distinction, 51 to 69 is a credit, and 40 to 50 is a pass. Now, try to work hard so that you get at least a second class honors upper or a first class for degree, or a credit or a distinction for a diploma or certificate. Now, when you do urge of proceeding to higher levels, if you have done a degree, you move to a master's. If you have done a diploma, you move to a degree. If it's a certificate, you move to a diploma in that way. We want you to do well so that maybe you have a fail and you are not convinced. As a university, we give you an avenue to do an appeal. For example, you appeal through the dean faculty of your faculty so that the exam can be remarked. We know we have very competent lecturers, but in case you really feel that maybe there was an error, then we give you that opportunity. Of course, that will go, you will have to pay a small fee to allow the university, the faculty, to look for an examiner who may be even outside from Tharaka University College to check your paper and remark again. Now, the following courses are the ones which we offer in the faculty. We have Master of Business Administration, which has 9 areas of specialization, Master of Science in Procurement and Logistics Management, which then Master of Science in Economics, Master of Science in Entrepreneurship and Enterprise Management, Master of Science in Operations Management, Master of Science in Human Resource Management, Bachelor of Commerce, which have 9 areas of specialization. In fact, we are among the few universities that have broadened Bachelor of Commerce to allow any area of interest that a student wants can be able to undertake. Bachelor of Procurement and Logistics Management is another one, Bachelor of Cooperative Management, Bachelor of Entrepreneurship and Enterprise Management, Bachelor of Science in Economics and Statistics, Diploma in Business Management, Diploma in Procurement and Logistics Management, Diploma in Accounting, Diploma in Human Resource Management, Diploma in Insurance and Risk Management, Certificate in Business Management, Certificate in Procurement and Logistics Management, Certificate in Marketing, and even the CASNEP courses. Also, we have a PhD in Business Management. So I want to welcome you to Tharaka University College so that you can take advantage of these these well-crafted courses which will enable you to really get in the job market and compete well. Now, when you come to the university, interact very well with your lecturers, because at the end of the day, lecturers also serve as your referees when you are looking for job opportunities. Now, because students belong to the faculties, I want to welcome you to the Faculty of Business Studies. Even those students who belong to other faculties that will be servicing courses, welcome, and may God bless you. May you have favor from God as we plan to start the semester. We will meet virtually, but when things normalize, we pray that we'll be able to meet face to face. God bless you. Thank you.
Dear prospective and new students of Faculty of Physical Sciences, Engineering and Technology, welcome to Tharaka University College, and thank you for making Tharaka University your place to shine. My name is Fidelis Ngugi, sitting in for Dean Faculty of Physical Sciences, Engineering and Technology. As a reference point in scientific knowledge, the faculty endeavors to enthuse students with the versatility of science and technology and its application in the real world. We therefore simplify the teaching of science and technology by utilizing activity-based learning, experimentation, and exploration to enhance the use of knowledge in technology development. Industry and hands-on based learning rounds up this process of training, providing strong grounding in practical. Our faculty is composed of 2 departments, Department of Basic Sciences and Department of Computer Science. Department of Computer Science has 2 sections, Computer Science and ICT. Department of Basic Sciences has 3 sections, Mathematics section, Physics section, and Chemistry sections. All these sections are connected and work interchangeably to make sure that the faculty is where it is. One of the distinctive and fascinating features of our faculty is the array of academic programs on offer. These academic programs provide our students with a wide range of choices from certificate levels to doctorate levels. These programs are, but not limited to, Bachelor of Science, Actuarial Science, Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, Bachelor of Science, Mathematics, Chemistry, and Physics. The faculty is also developing new programs. These are Bachelor of Technology in Water and Mining, Bachelor of Technology in Mineralogy, Bachelor of Technology in Geology. From each of these diverse programs, the students are able to acquire the necessary scientific and technological skills they need to contribute meaningfully in the society. Our graduates have found employment in very many fields. For example, for the case of computer science and applied computer science, they get jobs as technicians, and also in the ministries they kept. They can also get jobs in the field of energy. For the case of actuarial science, students can also get jobs in the insurances, auditing firms, and banks, among many others. Also, as a faculty, we have invested in the state-of-the-art laboratories, that is the scientific lab and computer lab, and this is meant to provide a platform from which they can fuse different fields of inquiry to create new knowledge and incubate innovation. At the FPET, we are proud of highly qualified and committed academic, administrative, technical, and support staff who offer robust education experience to our students. Traditionally, the FPET has focused mainly on courses and programs delivered on face-to-face learning. However, the prevailing health and safety protocols has necessitated modification in course delivery. This year, our classes will be delivered through online teaching. We know that some of you may experience challenges accessing your classes or even wondering how to carry out practicals for the disciplines with practical components. As a result, we give you the assurance that we are taking all this into account. On behalf of the staff of the FPET, I offer you a warm welcome and wish you enjoyable and successful time at the Faculty of Physical Sciences, Engineering and Technology of Tharaka University College. God bless you.
Hi, my name is Kevin Tui from Tharaka University College Open Distance and E-Learning Directorate. I'm here to tell you about more of what you're going to do when you're coming for this year's 2020-2021 academic year orientation. First of all, I'd like to bring you a breakdown of what entails open distance and e-learning together with the ICT. You must have already met our faculty dean, acting dean, that is Fidelis Ngogi, and she must have told you about the Department of Computer Science and ICT. And within the ICT section, we have different subsections. The most important part that you must have already met us is in the supports team. When you are able to download your admission letter, it was asked as the ICT team that were able to bring that letter right to your doorstep. Going on forward, you are able to register online through our online admissions portal. Then when you went on to do that, you are able to do a unit registration when you successfully registered and you paid your fees. Going on forward, right now you're going to be doing your e-learning. You must have been already told that due to the current prevailing situation of the COVID-19 pandemic, that you're going to be learning virtually. And once that is already normalizes, you might be coming back also to meet us face-to-face, be able to interact with your friends and also your colleagues in the class. And in this format, you're going to now learn in a blended format. Going on forward, we are going to realize that our Tharaka University College is very well vibrant online and even offline through our SMS and online through our website, our social media platforms, which you must have already interacted with. Tharaka Uni on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and even on Twitter. Going on, you realize that when you are starting to learn, there are different challenges that you're going to face. Most of them is going to be, don't have the bundles, electricity, but don't worry not, because you're going to have an e-learning training, a whole week of training, so that you're going to be taken through all the steps, all the needed gadgets, all the needed resources that will be able to enable you to learn online at ease at the comfort of your home. I'd like to once again welcome you. You must we continue to interact with us on our website, that is www.tharaka.ac.ke, and also our email address, which is the dedicated email, that is support@tharaka.ac.ke. Let us continue looking forward and continue enjoying the online orientation. Have a lovely day.
Let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you to Tharaka University College and the Faculty of Life Sciences and Natural Resources Management. This is going to be your home for the duration of your program, which will be 4 years for those of you who are taking degree programs, and 3 years for those who are taking the diploma program. This means that you should adjust yourself to be able to interact with the community, because this is where you are going to stay all this period. I believe you are well prepared to start a new journey where we will train you to apply your education for the betterment of mankind. My name is Professor Levi Musalia, the Dean of the Faculty of Life Sciences and Natural Resources Management, which we abbreviate as FLIM. I'm a professor of animal nutrition and veterinarian by profession, and I have been in the area of teaching for the last 32 years. The Faculty of Life Sciences and Natural Resources Management was established in 2019 to strengthen the niche area of the University College, focusing on dryland farming and mining. The faculty endeavors to be a key player in the national development agenda enshrined in Vision 2030 by producing graduates with skills and competences in sustainable food production and prudent use of natural resources for food security and poverty alleviation. As a faculty, we appreciate that farming and natural resources utilization are the backbone for industrialization that must be based on science and technology, whose sustainability requires sound environmental management practices. The faculty has set itself on a roadmap to grow into a world-leading faculty of life sciences and natural resources management. The faculty has one department of dryland farming and natural resources that focuses on dryland, animal, horticulture, and crop farming, agroforest, environmental management, hospitality, wildlife enterprise and eco-tourism. It offers undergraduate programs in BSc, Agricultural Education and Extension, Bachelor of Agri-Business Management, Bachelor of Hotel Management, and Bachelor of Science in Ecotourism and Bachelor of Tourism Management. In the program of Bachelor of Education, Bachelor of Science, Agricultural Education and Extension, we train you students mainly for the programs, the agricultural program that are in the secondary schools. We also train you to pass farming knowledge to the farmers. Number two, we also train you in this program to be extension officers. We would like you to pass the new research findings to the farmers. So this is where you are going to play a key role once you graduate from these universities. There are also new technologies which arise in farming. We also train you to be able to pass this to the community. In the Bachelor of Agri-Business Management, this is an area, this is a program whereby we train our students to be able to make agriculture be profitable. We would like our farmers to be able to get more returns out of the products which they produce on the farm. So we will expect our graduates in this program to play a key role in making agriculture to be productive. Bachelor of Hotel Management, this one mainly supports the tourist industry, which is a very, very important area in the economy of Kenya. Kenya gets a lot of money out of tourism, more so the foreign exchange, which we require to be able to buy things from a number of foreign countries. So the hotel industry is a prime area that I would encourage people, you students, to really take a keen interest. Tourism, I've already said, plays a key role in the country. So we hope that the students, once you graduate, you'll be able to capture this. Then apart from those programs that are currently in the faculty, we also are planning to launch new programs in BSc Trail and Farming, BSc Animal Products Science Management, Technology, BSc Animal Science and Rangeland Management, BSc Agri-Business and Rural Development. This is where we like to narrow to bringing agri-business in this area of rural development. And then BSc in Biodiversity and Conservation Management. Biodiversity is the main thing. This is the one we rely on for production and so on. So we need to conserve it. Then I would also like to say that we emphasize for our students to be well conversant with the practicals. Currently, we have an animal and crop demonstration units, which help the farmers to excel. So, and apart from the professional training in the relevant programs, we also offer entrepreneurial courses, which should prepare our students for self-employment. This is our main emphasis. Then research, the faculty also is actively involved in research, more so in the multidisciplinary research. Finally, I would like to say that the faculty envisions research programs through research excellence in arid and semi-arid lands to improve the livelihoods of the community through sustainable, efficient, and increased utilization of natural resources in a clean environment. Students, I hope, will be able to find more opportunities in the faculty in developing their career for employment. Thank you for listening.
Welcome first years. I am Maureen Dagara, Coordinator Office of Career Services. Tharaka University College. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to this Divine University College. Office of Career Services serves all current, prospective students, alumni, employers through a variety of services. We offer students in all stages of their education, career counseling and assessment, resumes and cover letter reviews, job search advice, and more. We organize and coordinate career awareness seminars and skills development programs such as Anjira Digital, which educates students on the trends in careers and nature of workforce. Our vision is making big dreams an attainable reality by producing all-round employable and market-ready graduates through skills and competence development. In other words, we assist students, alumni, and employers in making it plus gain experience. Come make your future at Tharaka University College. Value
Welcome again. I'm Faustin Muchoi, Director, Examinations and Timetabling. And the Directorate works closely with the Deputy Principal Arthur, Registrar Academic, Deans of various faculties, the Chair of the department, to make sure that the curriculum of the University College has been followed to the latter. The main objective of the department is to prepare academic schedules, teaching and examination timetables, which are the roadmap of every student in the university from day one to the last day he takes the last exam. For the directorate to work, it has to ask the students and the teaching staff to be very serious in their work so that they can start the semester and end the semester in a harmonious way. So the student is required in the university to carry two documents. One is the semester schedule that gives the dates and the days and the deadline of year's activities in the semester. The second important document is the examination teaching timetable. Every student, once a report, is required to visit various notice boards in the university to check the teaching timetable and make a copy of that timetable so that the learning in the university of the student will be quite in order. The department, in terms of exams, requests every student be hardworking and disciplined so that we at the University College, we may not experience any cases of irregularity. The working hard and disciplined help the staff also to have the humble time during examination. Once the student works hard, he or she is expected to carry two major evaluations. One, there is Cat 1 and Cat 2. Cat 1 comes after 1 month of teaching, and then Cat 2 comes after the second month of teaching. Then the last month of teaching will include the end of semester exam. In this evaluation, Cat 1 carries that marks, and Cat 2 carries that marks, and these two are calculated on average so that the end of semester exam will carry 70 marks. When you add the average cut marks and the end of semester, you get a total to 100%. That is our mode of evaluation. What happens in case a student engages in examination irregularity, which we don't encourage at all in our university college? In case a student fails to work hard and be disciplined and is found in exam irregularity, two things happen, which are very serious. One, the student is required to fill in examination practice form and sign the same form. This form is forwarded to the Dean of the Faculty, who in conjunction with the academic board set the disciplinary committee. The student is required to face the disciplinary committee, which comes up with two major verdicts. One, they can choose to suspend the student for 2 academic years, depending on the magnitude of irregularity. The second major penalty is the student can be terminated from accessing any academic or from continuing with his academic progress. And this means the student is expelled from the university college. So those few remarks, we encourage the student to be disciplined so that he may not follow the route of examination irregularity. That one, I call upon all the students to visit the directorate office so that when it comes to the matters of teaching timetable, we can talk together, organize, and make sure we have come up with the best timetable that will take the student throughout
Hello?
Hello, we are getting back on the Zoom, on the live stream. Kindly wait as we get onto the next session. Kindly be patient. We are loading up the streams for the Facebook and YouTube streams. You're still here live on Zoom and you're doing very well. Hope you're doing well. Okay.
Hello? put in place the following. They have fire extinguishers within the college. They have an assembly point, which in case of a disaster, the students and staff assemble to tackle the disaster. The university also, within the university, within the university, there is a clinic. There is also Katunga Mission Hospital within, and Marimadi Level 4 Hospital to deal with any emergency or injury within the university. So far, since the inception of this university, we have never heard of any incident within and around the university where the students live. As multi-agency team in security, I can assure you, students, that this Tharaka University College is the most vibrant and secure place to be in. I can assure you that there is no incident that has occurred so far, but I can assure you, as new adults, there is also the law that will govern you when you are outside the college. I can advise you to be within the law as you move around. Ensure that you don't breach any law of the land, since the law will be used or will be prompt on anyone who breach the law. But so far, so good. We have not had any students within the college. Thank you. I welcome you to Tharaka University College, and I assure you that you will be safe in this university. Thank you very much.
Hello. Jeffrey, Henry, can you hear me? Jeffrey?
Hello.
Henry? Yes. Yes. We are preparing the Zoom stream for submission to YouTube and Facebook.
Okay.
So you're going to start up with your topic. Jeffrey is going to start, then Henry are going to follow. I just would like to bring in Dean to just give you a brief on that. Yes. So Dean, karibu.
All right.
Thank you very much, Kevin. So our students, I believe we are doing well. And at this point, we are going to have our topic on mental health and coping mechanism that is going to be shared by Geoffrey Kira. Geoffrey Kira is just set just for a short while so that we get everybody on board on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. if I may ask,
yes, please.
Am I able to project or understand security measures and all, or I just present in audio?
You can share.
You can share. You can share.
I'll give you the privileges to share.
I'll appreciate. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You can now share. I think I can see you're able to share. You can, yeah, I think that's better. Before you start, let's just set up the other streams, that is Facebook.
Okay. You let me know then.
I'll just let you know in a few, just in a minute or two, just a minute.
Okay. Okay.
So Kevin, just a quick question. We have 15 minutes each. I think that's what was allocated. Just confirm that that's still the case.
Yes. Dean, you can confirm? You can confirm that every speaker was given 15 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are already back on YouTube.
Okay.
So we're just getting back on Facebook. Then you start out.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, you can now go on. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning to everyone who is able to join this special webinar orientation, all protocols observed. I'm Kira Geoffrey, medical psychologist and clinical researcher by profession.
Geoffrey, we can also see your video.
Okay.
We can also see your video, please.
So I can share?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a minute. Just a minute. Can you see me now?
Yeah, it's okay now. It's okay.
Okay, yes. Good morning to everyone. I'm Kira Geoffrey. As I said, a medical psychologist and clinical researcher by profession. And I'm glad to be here on this special webinar orientation to just
interject you. You can go back to your presentation.
Okay.
Yes. You can go back so that you can also see that.
Now it's okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
lovely. Yes, so I'm very privileged to be here today to take you through mental health and how you can use it and maneuver some light skills you can use to maneuver your time during your pursuit for your various courses at Tharaka University, which is one of the most prestigious and fast-growing learning institutions in the region. So allow me to take you through this brief summary presentation. I hope by the end of this presentation, you'll be able to understand, define mental health, the risk factors to mental health issues, understanding, taking care of your wellness, and also identifying mental health disorders at an early stage. Now, what is mental health? Basically, it's just the level of psychological well-being or that absence of mental illness. That's basically how normally you'd hear it in the medical scope, in the medical scope of definition. I'm sure in the community you're used to attributes of some slang like kuchizi, wendawazimu, these terms that really bring about stigma to the definition and awareness of mental health. But it's basically functioning at a satisfactory level of emotional and behavioral adjustment. What do I mean by this? It's you waking up every day in the morning, having that feeling of purposefulness in partaking the day-to-day tasks. It's you being able to address the stressors that life throws at you. You can, the way we are, let me say, tuned to be as human beings is the stressors define how you grow. You can either have positive stressors or negative stressors. So positive stressors, for example, is what you are feeling right now, the anxiety to get back, to begin this new journey, pursue this course you're doing, and the negative stress is, for example, if, for example, you already began the your university journey, and then you find yourself you have to sit for an exam, you have to sit for a soup, you're like negative stress basically is something that you're looking forward to that doesn't have positive results. So the way you handle such experiences really influences how your state of mental health is. And according to World Health Organization, these are the key attributes that define mental health: realizing your own abilities, coping with normal stresses of life, like I've mentioned, working productively and fruitfully, and being able to be of positive contribution to the community. Now, on a diagram, this is basically what mental health is: physical well-being. Are you fit? Are you able to carry out your day-to-day activity without any inhibition that will, let me say, limit your productivity? And mental well-being, are you at a state of are you at a mental state that is able to, let me say, carry on your day-to-day activity? Are you stressed or are you not stressed? That's your mental well-being. Are you relaxed? And then social well-being, are you able to relate with everyone? How is your interpersonal skill? Are you able to make new friends? Are you able to communicate very well without conflicts? So when you combine all those three attributes, that's basically what mental health is. Now, what are the risk factors? How old you are, your age really is a key risk factor. Your gender, if you're male or female, you'll find that for substance use, for example, addiction, you'll find that one gender might be exposed to one substance compared to the other gender. Your economic status, if you're from a rich background, or if you're from a low socioeconomic background, that also is a predisposing factor. This is because of maybe you find that if you are from a low socioeconomic background, you might be predisposed to so much stress. You are in the university, you have the stress of fees, you have the stress of daily meals. So these stressors really impact your state of mental health, and it's how you handle it that really determine if you will be healthy or face ill health. Now, what are the early warning signs? Early warning signs range from having low or no energy, feeling helpless or hopeless. When you find yourself resorting to using substances to relieve these challenges or stressors, when you find yourself having various conflicts with friends or families, when you find yourself experiencing mood swings, kitu kidogo, something small is able to trigger an outburst in you. You're not predictable. Those are early signs that you should really see a specialist or an expert. And thinking of harming yourself, hearing voices, these are what you call hallucinations. So whenever you feel whenever you feel like you're not the way you used to behave, then that already is a marker that you should visit the counselors, the student counselors in your university. Now, I'm going to go through the prevalent mental health disorders that is usually common amongst university students. And I'll mention three. I'll go through very briefly through three: depression, anxiety, and substance use. Now, with depression, basically it's that persistent feeling of sadness, hopelessness, loss of interest, things that used to bring joy to you suddenly don't bring joy. You find yourself, you're not happy all the time. You find yourself, you have unexplainable feelings of lowness. You going to class is no longer an issue. You used to wake up, go to class punctually, but you no longer have interest in what you do in the university. Now, that already is a marker you might be going through or developing depression, and it's about handling it at an early stage so that you don't end up at the end stage of it, which is usually suicide, which is another topic I'll cover through this presentation. Now, what are the three key symptoms? We have physical well-being symptoms, where there is changes in sleep habits and appetite changes. You used to sleep early, but these days you sleep so late, or you used to sleep very late. You used to sleep normally, but you sleep so much these days. Those are early warning signs. In eating, you used to eat little, or you used to eat normally, but you find yourself you don't have appetite anymore, or you find yourself indulging in eating so much. Those are already early markers for depression. Then second thing is emotional symptoms, where you might find yourself feeling sad, feeling overwhelmed. You just feel like life has no purpose. Those are already early warning signs for depression. Then we have thinking symptoms. When you're in your lecture halls, you're not able to concentrate during the sessions. You're not able to pay attention. You have difficulty, participating in academic tasks that you're actually obliged to be in the university. So those already are early markers that you should actually get the necessary help from the wellness center. Now, what should you do if you start to notice? First of all, like I've gone through those symptoms of depression. This is basically, you no longer attend classes, you experience extreme anger, you react negatively with, you don't have interest in things, you often talk about suicide or death. So these are already, like I've emphasized, you need to go and see the student counselor so that you're able to get the necessary intervention. Now, how are you as a student able to help someone who, a fellow colleague, you notice these symptoms? You offer hope. You should offer hope, offer that listening ear, be there when they need the listening ear or the shoulder to lean on. That's the first key tool before you refer them to the wellness center. Don't be judgmental. Don't say I'll not share this with anyone, because you have to share it with an expert. You need to show interest and be supportive. Don't be judgmental. Consult with a counselor, like I've mentioned before. Then second disorder is anxiety. I think anxiety is something you'll experience. You find yourself, for example, you're in class, you're told by a lecturer to present on something, you find yourself feeling tension, feeling worry, panicking. You're not able to meet your academic demands. So that already is a marker that you need to get yourself talk to a specialist. Now, how it usually appears, it's through fatigue, difficulty concentrating, sleep problems. I think I've mentioned a bit of this in the previous presentation. Shortness of breath, irritability, you have cramps, headaches, you sweat. So these are symptoms that if you feel at a point, imeanza ku affect how you relate or behave in the university, kindly seek the necessary intervention from your counselor. Then lastly of the prevalent conditions that I mentioned is substance use. Now, when you report or when you begin this journey to the university, you'll find yourself being predisposed to various stresses, coursework and academic, for example, course load and let me say the difficulty of whatever course you'll be taking. And then you'll find so much stresses when you're pursuing or finding solutions to these challenges. Now, it's how you handle these stresses. You find most of the guys going to alcohol, going to bang, and going to maybe mirror. Those are the three common prevalent substances that are usually abused by peers at the university. Now, you begin it as a behavior, then you find your brain tuning to that as the solution to every challenge you'll be going through in the university. And that's where the problem begins. You find yourself being drawn into addiction. Now, what happens is when you test that alcohol for the first time or that bang, your brain produces some chemicals that we call dopamine, which make you feel so good, feel so high. Now, once that effect wears off, the next day, you find your brain telling you, in order to feel good, you need to take that substance. That's how addiction builds up, and you find yourself not able to complete or meet your academic demands. Now, why do college students turn to drugs? Because of stress. Like I've said, some financial stress, home stress, you are busy concentrating on your academics, obligations, and there is course related stress. Kazi ni mingi, you are supposed to submit this by this date, you have not submitted it, that is so much, and then you find yourself going to drugs. And then course load, you might find too much work at one period of time, and then it's about balancing and meeting your obligations, and you find yourself, if you're not able to do that, people go to drugs. Curiosity and peer pressure, I think this is an effect by fellow peers. You find your roommate is doing it, your fellow coursemate is doing it, so you also want to be amongst that peer. Then you find yourself slumping into addiction. Now, what should you do to start when you start to notice these signs? Don't talk to that person. Don't talk to that person when they are intoxicated. If someone is high, don't tell them you'll help them in that period when they're high, because ideally their state of mental health, mental well-being, or that mental state at that specific point is not okay, it's not normal. So you want to go anyway. Don't guilt or insult them, like don't call them now levy, don't use labels that will make them feel alienated. Just be concerned, be the listening, like I've said, be that listening ear. Don't force them to cooperate, just be there don't be judgmental when you want to help them. Give them advice with facts, and then refer them to the counselor at the end of the day, so that they're able to get the necessary help that will help them go out of that depression, go out of that substance use addiction. Now, what should you do? Like I've said, be open, express concern. Don't keep an open line of communication. This is basically encourage them and have them have other activities that they can use when they feel predisposed to stress. Have other sober activities that they can use. Like if they're stressed, you can go for a walk, you can go for group talk, you can play video games. Just not limit their options to substances, because it all begins with talking, listening, and maybe there's that underlying condition that is predisposing them to use the substance. So when you listen to them and you talk to them, you're actually helping them deal with that inner conflict that is predisposing them to addiction. So ways to maintain positive mental health during your stay in the university: get professional help from students, from your student center. Like I've mentioned this before, you can get the necessary interventions from your trained student counselors in the university. They're the only ones who can help you come out of that journey of mental ill health. I usually say there's no health without mental health. You can't really say you're mentally healthy or you're okay when you're not taking care of your well-being. Then second thing is connect with others, establish peer support system. Like I've said, it's about that support group. If you find yourself joining a group that is into drugs, you'll end up doing drugs as a coping. But if you find the right group of people who talk positive, do positive activities, go hiking, are very active, play sports, that is the way. Like I remember the first slide of physical well-being, social well-being, and mental well-being. That is what this point is talking about next. Stay positive in life. I think it's this, with this staying positive, what it means is, let me give you a principle in psychiatry. What you think affects what you feel, and what you feel manifests itself in behavior. So whenever you feel like you are behaving in a way that is not okay, it's about how you're thinking about that action, which will then affect how you feel. So always remember that. If you want to change or you want to prosper in your academic pursuit, always remember it's how you view life. What you see or what you think affects what you feel, which then manifests itself in productivity, which is the behavior. Stay positive in life, like I've mentioned. Get physically active. Always do exercise when you can. Take a walk, meditate, use nature. Tharaka, your university is located in such a scenic, beautiful location in the country. So use that to build on your well-being, to build on your focus, to build on your academic pursuit. Of course, eat proper food and good diet. You can't really say you're mentally healthy when you're starving yourself, or you're not observing what you're eating. As much as you are studying and doing all that, always set aside time to treat your body. Treat your body to good diet. Develop healthy coping skills. I think this encapsulates all these topics I've mentioned. And then most importantly, get enough sleep to relax your mind. As much as you'll be studying, burning the midnight oil, always make sure you compensate so that your brain develops in a healthy and proper way. And like I've said, always be that listening ear and that shoulder to lean on for your colleagues, so that all of you prosper during your pursuit of the various degree courses you're doing. And in that brief presentation, I wish you all the best in your academic pursuit. And I know all of you, you will come out of that university well-churned to be very productive members of our society. All the best, and thank you from my end.
Thank you very much, Kira Geoffrey, for that wonderful presentation. We are going now to have our other speaker, Henry Mwaniki. The topic is on personal financial management. So, Mwaniki, kindly can you unmute yourself? Yes, and we can also have your
please
video.
Activate my
your video. I can hear you.
You'd like to share?
Yes, I'd also like to share.
Okay.
Okay. Let me give you those privileges.
Also activate my video. I'm being told I don't have.
Yeah, you can also activate the video.
You can.
Have you activated my video? I'm still getting an error message.
I can confirm you can see your screen. I can see a presentation. You can maybe start the slideshow.
Okay, so because once I switch, then getting back to activate my video will be a process.
It's okay. I think you can just share your screen. As in, you already shared your screen, you can start the slideshow. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity. My session is to be speaking to disciplines around your financial resources during your time at the university. My name is Henry Mwaniki. I have a background in microfinance, particularly in research and product development. I've also spent the last decade of my time and my career in financial literacy. I'm also in Canada, and I'm responsible for training at an organization called CMS Africa. You can visit our website if the comments I make today are of interest or would interest you in our work. So today I'm going to look at very briefly at the consequences of poor personal financial management. But I'll spend the chunk of my time sharing a number of tips to consider around your personal financial management habits. I know I wrote a paper and I submitted it to the institution, and this should be available to you through the various channels, and those coordinating the admin function will be able to assist you if you want the in-depth reflections around managing your personal finances. So let me start by the consequences. I like working backwards. What happens if you don't get this aspect of your life right? And oftentimes, people don't realize, students don't realize, individuals like yourself who are starting out on an academic program at the university may not realize that you are forming life habits in the way that you relate with your finances. So you need to be very deliberate, even this very early on in your life, about how you go about relating and interacting with this resource called finances. So if you don't get it right, certain habits will form, certain mannerisms and money will form, and they will have potential lifelong consequences. And so we want to just flag that as early as possible. The first one, just connecting to the previous session we have had, is what I will describe as financial anxiety. And this will generally be a sense of anxiety, and we went through this anxiety relating to your financial well-being and your ability to meet financial obligations on a day-to-day aspect, whether this has to do with your fees or has to do with your day-to-day activities that you do upkeep in the institution. So financial anxiety may become a companion if you don't organize your finances well, and may carry into your future. And this is one of aspects that is very disempowering for individuals. So you need to look out for that. Poverty and broken relationships. So unfortunately, if you don't have right financial habits, there's a very high likelihood that even if you may be very intelligent, even if you may excel in your studies, that the path of life that you take may be one that may be marked with a lot of hardship. Not because you didn't have the ability or the potential to live a fairly comfortable and modern life, or even an affluent one, but because you did not manage well the little or the much that came your way, and you did not learn these habits as early as possible. A very common character of the world is chasing and hustling resistance. Unfortunately, as we look to pillars that towards becoming a middle class community, society, or nation, unfortunately, even what we describe as a middle class is really a glorified hand-to-mouth existence made up of individuals who are permanently living beyond their means, in debt, and struggling day to day or month to month. So this is a trait that reflects on poor personal financial management. And this, if we are not careful, may be the path that we find ourselves walking if we don't start putting and be very deliberate in how we manage our finances and just taking care of those aspects. Then lack of contentment is another characteristic that you find being with the new proper personal. This will first in want to have the next best device, if it's a phone, if it's a gadget, instead of what function am I drawing from this device? And especially for you who is at the university, you don't need very high-end devices unless your course is of that aspect. You don't need the top-of-the-range smart devices or phones. You just need phones that meet your basic needs, and those specs will be given to you by the ICT department. And so you don't have to spend so much money to get very expensive devices, yet basic devices can meet the same need. So the ability to have that aspect of contentment, that discipline, this early on, when you have a lot of pressure, fitting, stand out, and to look like you're doing very well amongst your peers, is a discipline that you need to develop. But from a prudent financial management, you don't want to direct your money towards just indulgences and excesses. You want to be prudent about how you manage it, and possible start building your investment portfolio. In the paper that I wrote, I cite the example of Warren Buffett, who started his investment at the age of 11. So you can start small, and every extra coin you can start putting into constructive use that makes sure that you have a good and prosperous future, instead of indulging now and not having that value that you'd have derived going forward. Now, let me look at a few practical tips that you can think about or start embracing and espousing during your time in the university. So the first one is keeping detailed records of all your expenses. I would like to challenge you from today to make sure that you write down on a piece of paper every single expense that you incur. It doesn't matter whether you are buying a suit, or it's a boda ride, or it's school fees, your university fees that you're paying, whatever it is, as long as it's an expense occurrence, I would want you to develop from the very first day, from today, the discipline of keeping written records of your expenses. This one discipline alone will transform your entire experience of how you relate with your finances. So that one discipline alone in the financial literacy courses that we offer gives us even the audacity to give a money back guarantee. Because if you can stop the leaks and the wastage, then you are able to direct your finances in the right direction. So start today, start keeping written records of every single expense that you incur. Then, once you have done that, every so often, at the end of the day, you tally, and please write your expenses as you incur them. Don't do this at the end of the day. At the end of the day, what you do is to tally. What did I spend on transport? What did I spend on food? What did I spend on airtime? You tally that. At the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the semester, you will be sitting down to do this analysis, but also develop the discipline of periodically tallying and evaluating the expenses that you have incurred. The other tip I'm going to give you is always operate a written budget. Always operate a written budget. Make sure that you plan out the expenditures that you're going to have in the coming week, in the coming month, in the semester. Let it be written out. Go through a painstaking process of describing each expense and allocating an amount to it. An emergency fund is a fund that takes care of events that are not anticipated, but that will have a drain on your finances. So when you tally your records, you will be able to have an estimate of what you use in a week, in a month, in a semester. You want to build up a fund that helps you meet those obligations in case your primary cash inflows are interrupted. So build an emergency fund. Always allocate a portion for generosity to share with the less fortunate around you. The reality is such that we will always have individuals amongst us who need a bit of help. So always have a small portion allocated to generosity. Get somebody to hold you accountable in how you are managing and interacting with your finances. Get a peer and also get a mentor. So a peer will be somebody who is like-minded and who will hold the same values and the same intentions around good and prudent management of finances. Get somebody to share that with you, but also get a mentor, a lecturer, a student who's maybe far ahead of you in terms of the coursework and the years in the university, and you admire the way they have been able to manage their finances, or somebody out there whose way and approach of managing finances you admire. Get them to share their experiences and share their insights into how to best manage and steward finances. During the study breaks, get a job. Don't be picky about the jobs that you pick. What you are looking for has more to do with experience and exposure than it has to do with how much you're getting paid. What you want to do is cultivate a healthy work ethic. If you can't get paid work, volunteer. Because remember, you're looking for work experience, you're looking for work ethic, you're looking to build that aspect of your productive being. I recommend certain types of jobs at this stage during your work studies. There will, of course, be attachments that is very geared towards your course that you're learning. But outside of that, sales jobs are good because of the character traits that they build in you. Jobs that help you get backbone to deal with difficult scenarios and situations are also good, like help desk jobs, like teller types of jobs in supermarkets. This will really build your muscle and your discipline as you endeavor to learn how to build, to develop finances. So look at jobs along those lines. Even artisan jobs help you with being able to just get that down to earth experience. So we recommend that. You may consider starting a small business if you are inclined that way. I know the institution is cultivating an entrepreneurial spirit in you, but here I would give caution. Remember that number one, your primary responsibility over the next 4 years, 3, if you are doing a diploma, 4 or more, is your academic work and excelling in your academics. So don't bring something that will compete or distract you from your academics. Prioritize your academics and excel in them. But a small way, you can consider a small business if you, by your assessment, you're able to carry it and it doesn't interrupt or interfere with your course. Research on personal finance management and or take courses on personal financial literacy. The online space has so much available in terms of this aspect. So learn as much as you can. A common mistake that many make is to assume that somehow they will be instinctively competent when they are done with their academic work and that they'll get serious about their money after university. Often they realize too late that unhealthy habits and attitude towards personal finances have already formed. So like I started by saying, you're already forming financial habits in the way you're relating with the money that you have. And it's not a question of how much money you have, it's what principles you're applying to it, much or little, that will determine what becomes of it. So even 100 shillings, if you apply the right principles to it, will grow to 120, to 150, to 200, to 500. And over time, it will become quite a significant amount. So just applying the right principles is what you need to learn right from the beginning. Write down short-term goals within the first year in terms of your financial goals, simple, basic goals, and medium-term up to the maximum of 3 years. At this stage, you recommend that you stay within this. Beyond that, we'll be talking about further or wider or longer-term goals. But at the beginning, this is what we encourage that you consider. Avoid debt and the temptation to live beyond your means. You'll have a lot of enticing invitations to take up mobile debt because there are apps that gives that. You'll be very tempted. You'll find the opportunity to get into betting and that kind of habits. We seriously caution against that. Avoid debt. Just live modestly during your time at the university because this will most likely end up with you in trouble. So like I've mentioned, there are numerous mobile loan applications that will tempt you. And ideally, you'll be tempted to use this for consumer type purchases. And this is not prudent at all. It will just set you on a path of financial challenges down the road. Be aware of the allure of easy money. This will be packaged in a way that requires you to either compromise your integrity or erode your respect for honest, hard work and ethics. So if anything is taken away from you, so whether it comes in the form of a sponsor or it comes in the form of getting in trouble with the law, avoid such things, or even betting, which takes away from the core tenets of hard work and ethics. Just be careful about those types of offers to make money that erode your integrity or your respect for honest work. This picture, as I finish, represents 2 piles of stones. In one pile, everything is together. So it doesn't matter how much money you will end up getting. It's like this pile of stones. This cannot protect you from the vagaries of weather. It cannot shelter you in the context of a storm. But if your finances are in order, it will be like a second house where every stone will be in its place, budgeted, allocated for, accounted for. And therefore, in this kind of situation, you can shelter yourself against the extremes of the weather, against the hardships of life. So these two will be the reality of your finances. One, either it will be very orderly, very well organized, or it will be a mess. And this will characterize even what becomes of you in terms of how you relate with money going forward into life. So thank you very much. I've just covered in brief the consequences of poor financial management. I talked about financial anxiety. I talked about the hustler, deal chasing, hand-to-mouth type of consequences, and all of those things. And also I've talked about a number of tips that you need to consider as you relate with your finances. So allow me to pause there in the interest of time. I left my contact if you want to engage directly. But let me hand it over back to our host to guide. If there is questions that you want us to respond, we'll be glad to do that. But I pray that that was helpful to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, our speaker, facilitator, Henry Mwaniki, for that wonderful presentation. I believe our students, you are together with us and getting us on well, and we are doing it okay. We are almost coming to a close of our program today. I have seen, or we are getting from the chat, that there are a number of questions that you have asked.
Doctor, you can start your video.
Yeah, thank you. So we are going to our last session, that is question and answer. All your concerns, you have questions, and kindly, if also you have questions on these three topics that we have had on mental health, also question on personal financial management, our facilitators will be glad to respond to a few of the questions that you may ask concerning those topics. And also there was one that came earlier on security and disaster management. But we are getting your questions relating to your academics, and we have qualified staff who will be ready to answer your questions just now. We are ready for those questions. Some of the questions have been answered through the chat, but still we are going to respond to your questions. So kindly remain put. We are almost coming to the close of our session today.
Okay, so Dr. Ray, thanks so much. I'd like to start with the questions regarding the facilitators. And I've seen one from Huawei, I think. I think it's a phone's student's phone. It says, is it healthy? I think it's directed to Henry, if I'm not wrong. Is it healthy to start a business while still in school? Maybe you can answer that.
Henry, you can kindly unmute yourself.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. Like I said during the session, the priority is academic work. This is your season as a student. So what you want to prioritize is your academic work. And what you want to do that is supportive of this time should be of a nature that does not distract you from this primary engagement. So there are different levels of ability that individuals have. Some even come into this time of study because this is a phase of adult learning. So some will be coming into this context where they're already exposed and engaged in some level of income generating activity. And so it's a continuation of that. They already have some level of systems in place and they're able to balance the two. But if you are starting, and this is going to be a first experience, I would first recommend that you don't do it during the academic season. Do it off the academic season. That way it does not interrupt your academic work. And then you are able to start small and build on that. If, however, you are targeting the academic community as your target clientele, then there are a few things that you need to take into consideration. Number one, you need the university to be aware of the activities that you are undertaking, because like we were advised earlier, you need to keep on the right side of the law. So, and being on the right side involves, number one, not being antagonistic to the institution. And then number two, there are a few aspects that you need to put in place that protect you as a business owner at whatever scale. So there are just a few factors you need to think through on that aspect. And then number three, Think through your ability to balance. Are you being able to manage your academic work and stay on top of it? Because if you're already struggling there, then it may not be wise to add an aspect that will also be drawing from your limited resources. So it's a very cautious consideration that we give if you are going to consider an income generating activity within the university, and let the institution be aware of your intentions, and get advice and mentoring from either somebody in the business within the business space or in the institution who can be able to guide in that way. So it's a cautious yes, depending on the individual. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Henry, for that wonderful answering of the question. Kevin, I believe we can go now to the questions.
Yes, thanks so much, Dr. So I'll go back to another question that we have. I'll just be checking, as I'm asking the students, you can ask through the question and answer. That is a better place than the chats, so that you can be able to follow up on your questions. So I have a number of questions that are regarding academics, which are going to handle later. So I'll try and look at the questions that regarding to our panelists and see how we can answer that. So there's a question about mental health. Somebody says about mental health. How do you know that you are mentally ill? I think that is regarding the topic of mental health.
Yeah, by Kira and Geoffrey.
Sorry, how do you know you're mentally ill? Well, that's very complex, because I think I'd mentioned that there's a way, normally you'd say you're mentally healthy if you find yourself living a purposeful and fulfilling life. And by this, I mean, when you wake up in the morning, find yourself, you have enough energy, you have enough drive to meet your day-to-day demands, day-to-day activities, you're able to fulfill them well. But when it reaches a point, this normal way of living is suddenly hampered in the sense that you sleep too much, or you sleep very minimally. You used to interact with people so well, but suddenly you're not able to interact with people so normally. You find yourself in the sense that things that used to bring you joy suddenly don't really bring you joy. For example, when you wake up in the morning, you pray, and then you go to class. Suddenly you find yourself getting very late to class. You don't meet your timelines or deadlines in the various lectures that you'll be going through. That already is a marker that there's something you need to deal with. There's something you're not handling, because stressors exist. Like I'd mentioned, there's positive stressors and there's negative stressors. So you might have maybe some conflicts that are going on at home. You have some conflicts that are going on maybe in the current setting. There is some fee that you've not settled. You have a stress of next semester. Like, there's so much going on in your mental space that is hampering how you're behaving at this point. Like I'd said, how you see things affects how you feel, and how you feel manifests itself in how you behave. So when you have that array of behaviors, or how you conduct yourself, it's a marker that there's something you need to handle. And it's until you solve those underlying conflicts, those underlying mental conflicts that you're going through at that point, that's when you'll be able to maybe say alleviate that mental illness becoming a serious disorder. And it's okay to feel, there's some experiences that as a human being you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to feel fear, you're supposed to feel anxious, you're supposed to feel, when something is not right, you're supposed to feel sad. But when it reaches a point that it has hampered your day-to-day activities, your day-to-day, let me say, when that feeling of sadness, it has prolonged itself in more than 3 to 4 weeks, then that's already a marker. When that feeling of sadness or that feeling of anxiety is preventing you to meet your demands in school, it's preventing you from waking up and meeting your day-to-day goals and obligations, that is already a marker that your mental health is not okay, you need to address it. You need to see a specialist to help you get out of that space before it becomes a very serious and severe disorder. I hope that has really answered that question.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Is there another?
Yes,
another
there's
question?
another question. There's another question from Sami Kaliva. Is asking, how can we do away with peer pressure?
Maybe that one can also be answered by Geoffrey Kira, the same area.
Yeah, sure. Now, I think with the matters peer pressure, it's about, I think one of the morning presenters really mentioned on when you come to the university, the group you select really speaks a lot, because you know the saying, birds of the same feather, you know, so there is a way, if you associate yourself with a group that, let me say their mantra is drinking, then you'll find yourself drinking. And it's let me say, to avoid peer pressure, it's about the group that you identify yourself with. Because if you identify yourself with a group that is very active in sports, they you know, they play rugby, they play football, they play volleyball, then when it reaches in matters co-curricular, when you're done with your academic space, you find yourself going to the field to play. You know, you don't have that time, that idle time where you start thinking of experimenting on some substances or deviant coping to various stresses that will be thrown at you when you're pursuing your degree or your various course that you'll be taking in the university. So it's about that group that you identify yourself with, that connection, that friends, that peer, that support system is the one that will really determine if you'll be subjected to peer pressure that is good or peer pressure that is bad. Because peer pressure, there's good peer pressure. That you might find yourself with peers that tell you, you know, like the input on the financial aspect. Peer group that says, hey, you know what, we're in the university, can we start like a group of saving so that we may be able to achieve this and that? So in that space, you already have same mindset, you know, same mindset kind of peer. But you may also find yourself with a peer that is pushing yourself to academic excellence. Like, you know, let's have a group discussion, let's form this this sort of approach with regards to our studies. That's positive peer pressure. So it's more about identifying yourself with that group that will really benefit your course in the university. Yeah.
I think also, let me jump in and say one of the ways that peer pressure will manifest is in a desire to belong. And part of how that will manifest is in demands on the little or the much finances that you have, because they want to hang out in a certain way, in certain places, dress in certain types of clothing, identify with certain types of phones and devices, and make others who don't have the same types of devices feel like they're inferior or they are lesser beings. So one of the ways that peer pressure will manifest will be on demands or strain on your personal finances. So a key marker is to ask yourself, are you finding yourself being drawn into a pattern of life that is beyond what you're able to afford? And even if you can afford it, is it a pattern of life or expenditure that is really wasteful and exorbitant and unnecessary? So where your finances, and if you keep a record, like I started by saying, if you just keep a written record of where your finances are going, you'll start asking yourself questions. Is this where I want my resources to be spent or to go towards? Buying clothes. So for example, if you do your records of the little finances that you have, and you find a lot of it is going into raving or having fun, and it's going into buying clothes and buying gadgets, is that what you want? Are those the values that you want to espouse? And peer pressure will draw you into those kinds of unwarranted expenditure. So even your finances will tell your story. Actually, from a financial literacy perspective, we normally say, show me your finances and your expenditure, and I will tell you the kinds of values that you have and your spouse. So that's another way that peer pressure will manifest. In the tag, or the demand that it makes on the little or the much that you have in terms of financial resources. And also your time cuts across to other aspects. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Henry Mwaniki and Geoffrey Kira for answering that. I believe we have one more question on security, and then after that we'll conclude on our facilitators. Thank you very much, Geoffrey Kira, for being together with us. Still Yukantari, and also Henry Mwaniki. We have really enjoyed your facilitation, and we'll continue to interact with you also in the future, physically in our Tharaka University College. Thank you very much. God bless you. So there is the question on security.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so there's a welcome. Thanks so much, Henry. Thanks so much, Geoffrey, for the facilitation. It was great. So there's a question from Frank Akumu. He's asking, what of security? Is our safety ensured in that of our properties? So I'd like to ask the DCIO to come in and answer this question. So we'll have him answer it live on set. So he'll do that in a few as we set that up. And once again, thanks so much, students, for asking questions. We are already noting your academic questions, and the faculty deans will be also on set to answer your questions. There's also questions regarding your schedule, and you're going to also answer that, and also questions about bundles. You're going to also answer those. So we can certainly read it. Okay, you can answer. Thank you. So much. Thank you so much, DCIO, for answering the question. I think I'll now take it back to the Dean as we get to the academic questions.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kevin. I don't know whether I'm being heard.
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. At this juncture, we are kindly going to invite our deans to respond to the various questions in matters relating to academics. We have the Dean for Education, Humanities, and Social Sciences. The Dean also for Sciences, that we will have them live. So there are questions that we are going to read for you. Like, does campus offer a combination of maths and biology? You give us all the combinations. You can also So, Dean, if you have some questions with you, all we ask, yeah? Okay. There is a student asking the question, does the campus offer a combination of maths and biology? I think at this point, it would be good for you students to get the combinations that we have in the Faculty of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences. To start maybe with the Department of Education, they can give us the combinations that are offered in our university college. The combinations.
Thanks a lot, Dean. Once more, let me introduce myself. I'm Professor Veronica Nyaga, Dean, Faculty of Education, Humanities and Social. Chat concerning nations that the students take, and I want to read them up so that it can be clear for the students. We would expect that from next week, we shall be having our students on various trainings on e-learning. We starting our learning the way we have scheduled it in the university, and therefore we are scheduling from the faculty the subject selection from 21st, that is from Monday, so that all of us can be settled for learning. And with that, let me read a list of the subject combinations that the students are. The students who are taking B and Arts have the following combinations. We have English and Literature, Kiswahili CRE, Kiswahili Geography, Kiswahili History, Kiswahili Business Studies, CRE Geography, CRE History, Geography History, Geography Business, History and Business again, Maths Geography, Maths Business, Computer Science and Business. Yes, like that. That is B and Arts. Those are the subject combinations that we handle or we teach in the B and section. Then for the B and Science, we have Maths Business, Maths Chemistry, Maths Biology, Maths Geography. Then we have Chemistry and Physics, Chemistry, Biology. We have Computer Science and Maths. Also, we have Physics and Computer Science. And for those students who have registered for AGENT, that is Agricultural Education, we have Biology and Agriculture. So we have those subject combinations. If the students are not very clear on them, still they can get to us through the chat or the links that they shall be given from the ICT department, or even the contact shall be handed to the students So we do wish that the students be aware of these combinations. That's what I've said on Monday, starting at 8, we are doing subject registration so that learning can start for the students in the area of education. Of course, the expected is that every student is doing the bachelor's as a minimum of C+, which is a requirement to the entry in a university setup for the bachelor's degree program. These combinations we have mentioned, it is expected that every student in education will do 2 teaching subjects, and they are the ones we've given. And these 2 teaching subjects, the students have to have a minimum of C+ in any of those teaching subjects. And of course, like the way it is expected by the TSC, if one is joining the B&Ed Arts, the student must have at least D+ in mathematics and C+ in English. If joining B&Ed Science, the student must have at least C+ in mathematics and C+ in English. So the students should be aware of that. Of course, if one wants to move from B&Ed Arts to B&Ed Science, we have to check the cluster. If one wants to move the other way around from B.Ed Science to B.Ed Arts, also we have to confirm that. It is expected that the students are going to enjoy their learning in the faculty, especially this line of education, as I've mentioned. Remember, teachers, these days, they are very important civil servants. It is one of the selling areas in the country. We are sure that with a B.Ed Science, B.Ed Arts, you can never miss to get a job. One can even join other careers. One can be in banking, military, community services, environmental services, like that. So these are very good areas, the B.Ed, that is Bachelor of Education. And we really want to welcome you, to give you the best. We said we have a very strong e-learning resource center with the smart boards. We are going to do very well as we teach, and you'll be seeing this. We do very well also in teaching practice when time comes, face to face. We hope that things are going to open up, and we shall be there to supervise you very effectively. So we want to welcome you to that area of B.Ed, Bachelor of Education, whether science or arts. And we pray that all shall be well. They're going to make it. Now, the other department, the Humanities and Social Sciences, we are also doing very well. I've listed, I gave the units or the programs that are there, or the courses that are there, and we shall continue to be in touch with you, various links, and I'm sure all shall be well, because there are several programs that you can register in. Again, we have practicum for these programs or courses, of which we are very sure when things open up, we shall be giving you all what it takes to make sure that you do your best as you get to your careers. And our programs are market-driven. You're not hang there outside as you look for jobs. So that's how it is. I can also remind you again, when you join learning, take care, do your best, use your time very well, like we are always advising you. We have, since we started the orientation, we are talking of how you can do well. Remember, when you are in class, all what you learn, like you've been taught by the Directorate of Examinations, cards are there after 1 month. You are on cards, that is continuous examinations test, and like you've been told, 30% counts for that. Our final examination, 70%. Of course, we have Cat 1 and Cat 2. Remember that. Animal practice, you have to take care so that you are not caught up. You've been told about that. For you to get A in any unit, you have to get 70 and above, 60 to 69 B, 50 to 59 at C, 40 to 49 at D, and below 40 you fail. Of course, if you fail, you can do a licit, which of course you're not able to get 100%. It is usually out of 40. If you fail, you can do a retake, where you have to join others to learn a whole semester. And of course, we are hoping these things should not happen because we want you to do your best. We also have special examinations in case one is sick or has a reason that really can be acceptable through the faculty. The student can apply for a special examinations, but we are praying that this will not happen. So we do all that, and we are ready for you. We are ready for learning. We are expecting more questions in case things are not clear. And that's what really we are doing. Yeah. I don't know whether the other questions.
The agenda students you have said, we have bio and agriculture.
Yes, maths and physics is one of them. Very good combination in the area of BS science. You have, yes, maths, physics.
Dr. Bote, you have something to say?
The agenda students we have said, we have bio and agriculture, biology and agriculture. Also a very good area. And the students serve very well in agenda subjects.
I'm Jambo. Let me greet you people, young people. I've come on the side of Professor to just put one point across. I'm Dr. Bote. I'm the C&D Education. We are be taking 5 common units. Those who are in arts, they will take 5 common units. Those who are in sciences, they will take also 5 common units. There is a slight issue, a little bit, and I'd like people to know. If you are taking arts, you will take maths 100 as a common unit or as compulsory unit, maths 100. But if you are taking mathematics as a subject or teaching subject, you do not need to take maths 100. Those who will be taking science education, they will take maths 101 as a common unit. And I mean, those who will be taking biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, I mean, when you will not be having mathematics as a teaching subject. So we are expect to have at least 5 common units and 2 teaching subjects from either chemistry, from biology, from physics, from agriculture, or from geography. Those who will be taking arts or the humanities, I mean the arts, beyond this arts, if you are taking Kiswahili, you take 2 units in Kiswahili, then 2 units in CRA or religion, 2 units in history, like that. And then we expect to be having at least 9 units or 8, depending now on the further departmental issues. Thank you. And we will be doing the unit selection or registration on Monday 21st from 8 to until the end of the semester, not but at least 2 weeks, because the teaching will be starting from 21st. And in case you have any issues,
a combination of months computer.
A number of the COD, a number of one lecturer, and another person named Julia. We will give them, so find their numbers to you, and you'll be contacting them anytime you have a child. Thank you very much. Thank you.
About history and economics. In education.
Yeah, there's a combination of math computer. Yes, yeah, also there is a physics computer. You can do that. But you cannot do science.
Bachelor of Education Arts with ICT and Bachelor of Arts, which is the best between them.
History and economics in education is not allowed.
The difference between Bachelor of Education Arts and Bachelor of Arts. Madam Eva is here will explain to you more what we think in Bachelor of Arts or BA. But in education, you are taking the same units like those who are taking in art, but you hand educational courses. You become a teacher. For example, someone who is Bachelor of Arts and take history and religion. And the same thing can be taken by somebody who is in education art. But there will be a slight difference that who will be a teacher will need some professional courses. Because
taking the
somebody
same
at the
unit
end of the 4 years,
in art, but you hand educational courses. You become a teacher. For example, somebody who is in Bachelor of Art can take history and religion. And the same thing can be taken by somebody who is in education arts. But there will be a slight difference that you will be a teacher, you will need some professional courses. So that if somebody, as you by the end of the 4 years, you will be a professional teacher, and the other one will be a sociologist or somebody else. And I hope Madam Eva will explain more, the C&D Humanities. The ICT is partly in the Department of Computer Sciences. So somebody will be explaining to you very soon. Thank you.
I think okay. Welcome our first year students. I'm Eva Jerry, COD or Chair of Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. Thank you for choosing Tharaka University College. We are having the humanity courses. I know the area that is some of you are having trouble in is in Bachelor of Arts General. Those who have been admitted for Bachelor of Arts, we have different options for you. And we would like you to take note of the following options that we are going to offer so that as you prepare for next week registration of units, you will be able to think about it and which area is your passion and which area you are more capable of performing excellently to meet your dream. One, in BA General Options, we have English, Literature, and Sociology. Here, in BA General, Bachelor of Arts, you are not trained to be a teacher. You are trained to venture in various fields. You can go into industries, you can go into military, you can go into journalism, you can go into law, and we have many options. You are going to find that as you learn here and as you continue exploring in these various academic fields. So we have English, Literature, and Sociology. And number two, we have History, Economics, and Sociology. And as I list these options, also take note that in the first year and second year, you do the three subjects, and as you do the three, then you drop one during your third year, and you specialize in two subjects. So it depends with which one you will find more convenient for you, and you will create or you will have grown interest in. Then we have three, Kiswahili, Geography, and Sociology. And four, we have religious studies, philosophy, and sociology. Those are options or different combinations of Bachelor of Arts for those who have been called for the degree of BA General. Then we also have, in addition, in Humanities and Social Sciences, we have Bachelor of Psychology. You may be interested to learn more of psychology, and it is there as a degree program. Then we also have Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, it is also a degree on its own. And we have others, Bachelor of Arts in Criminology and Security Studies. We have Bachelor of Science. It is still in Humanities and Social Sciences. Bachelor of Science in Community Development. We also have Diploma in the same field, Community Development Diploma. We have certificate in Community Development. We also have Diploma in Leadership and Public Administration. We have Diploma and Certificate in Criminology and Security Studies. And so we have a wide range of field of study. I'm sure you will not struggle to fit in whichever area of your interest. So ours is to wish you well. We are here for you. You will not struggle much to find where your academic interest is and to visualize and make your academic dream come true.
Thank you very much, our Dean, Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, Professor Veronica Nyaga, and the two CODs, Dr. Obote and Madam Ibanjeri for that moment to answer those questions. And our students, kindly note that still we will continue engaging you with a number of questions that you may be having, because we are available from now for some time. You'll get to respond to all your concerns because we are there for you. And kindly also, you can even get your questions privately, even through calling our numbers. We'll be ready to answer your questions. So we will have a business and administration to respond to a number of questions that they have for our students. So we have the Dean for the faculty, Mr. Simiyu, and the chair. Also we have a Dixon Muyoya.
So thank you very much, students. We are happy that you are listening, and we can see you are very interactive through your questions. There are a few questions which I'll address. Then I will invite our COD, Dixon Miaya, who is here with me, to be able to address you more about some of the programs that I talked about earlier. Some are general questions which I will answer because they are cross-cutting. There was a question which was asked that a student said had paid fees but cannot access the portal to register. I think in the registration there was somewhere after paying fees you are supposed to upload the receipt so that it's recognized, then you are able to access. So make sure that you go through the whole system of registration. After you have paid your fees, you upload the receipt, then you are able to access. You will get an SMS which will help you to access the student portal, and it will answer the question because some of you are asking whether you will register for units. You will register for units. You will have to register for units so that you know exactly how many units you are doing. Like in the Bachelor of Commerce, you first years, you are going to do 7 units this semester. So you'll be able to register for those units. There was another question about what deferment is. A student asked, what is deferment and how do I do deferment? Deferment means you are just postponing your studies at that time. For example, this semester, which is beginning September to December, and probably you cannot raise fees by using all the means, you are unable to raise fees for any reason that may make you not be in a position to study, then you simply write a letter to the Registrar Academic Affairs requesting to postpone your studies to another semester or another year, academic year. That's called deferment process. So you can be able to do that. There was a question about change of courses. A student asked that, I want to change the course. Changing the course, I think the student meant changing probably the degree program that that student was admitted to. There's an opportunity that will be offered, what we call inter-faculty transfer, which will be offered between 21st of this September to 25th. So the inter-faculty transfer, we can say we give equal opportunity to all our students so long as you meet the required criteria. So you will be advised appropriately.
So you can be able to do that. Then there was a question about the CPA, because I talked about the CASNEP programs. Mostly students who are taking a Bachelor of Commerce, if you are taking, for example, accounting option or rather finance option, and you want to become a certified public accountant, then you undertake a professional program called Certified Public Accountant, called CPA. Now, these programs are offered to students who scored a C+ and above at the KCSE, but also even those ones who have a diploma, they are allowed to do CPA. So we encourage you that you register, and registration is private. You register with the CASNEP, Kenya Accountants and Secretary National Examination Board, which is headquartered in Nairobi. If you go under Google, you will CASNEP, you will be able to find those forms for registering. You register. You can go to maybe even the principal of your school, because you are at home, you are not here. They can sign for you and verify the documents, because they give the requirements there. But we will continue interacting with you so that you are able to see the whole process of registering for CASNEP. So we urge you. And about this CASNEP, it is in 6 sections, but you do depending on your ability. There are those who can combine section 1 and 2 and do it once. But since you are at home and you are struggling to be able to cope up with this online learning, for those ones who can, then you can only register and do one at a time. I think I will invite our COD to be able to highlight more and to touch on the Bachelor of Commerce, which I said has 9 areas of specialization. And I told you it's the most vibrant one. It will allow you to have specialty in various areas within business. Before he speaks, I would say BCom is like a general business course, because in the first 2 years you learn together, but in year 3 and 4 you specialize. You can become an accountant, you can go to finance, you can become a marketer, human resource manager, management scientist, cooperative management, entrepreneurship, so many. So I invite our COD to be able to give more information on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dean Justus Simeo, the Faculty Dean of Business Studies. The faculty has one at the department, and that's the Department of Business Administration. And the Department of Business Administration that I had, we have a good number of lecturers who are very ready and much waiting to start the classes. Maybe I will just go direct to what we offer. Some of the units that the courses that we offer in the Faculty of Department Administration is the most conspicuous one, the Bachelor of Commerce. As you have heard, the Bachelor of Commerce, the first 2 years, you take classes all together. You attend classes as one. So you'll be required to attend the class, the first, which has 2 semesters, and the second year, which has also 2 semesters. So from the 3rd year, that's when everybody goes to venture where he likes, where he has motivation and all other things. So we have human resource. Those who want to specialize in human resource management, you can go to human resource management. Those who want to be accountants, you have to specialize in accounting in that year. Those who want to be finance officers, which is also much related to accounting, you specialize in finance. And also those who want to be operations managers, specialize in management science. And those who want to be marketers, there's marketing. And we have also, but nowadays we have break that to cooperative management, but there is those who I know we have first years in cooperative management, but you can also take Bachelor of Commerce and do cooperative management in your 3rd year, and same as procurement in the 3rd year. So you see the 3rd year and the 4th year, you go to your specialization. Also there is risk management. insurance option. So those who want to insurance option is there. So let me also go to Bachelor of Science in Economics, which is, I know most of you, we have students there. Bachelor of Science in Economics and Statistics. So this is another area you will be required also. Those who are in maybe in other faculties want to join, you can join there. Those who are great mathematicians. So those statistics, those who want to work for the Kenya National Bureau of Standards, the Ipsos, those want to do research, those analytical kind of area, which is also much related to a lot of mathematics. So these are Bachelor of Science in Economics. Also, we have a new area. Last I mentioned the Bachelor of Commerce. There is another area of procurement. It used to be a small area in finance and accounting. Now it's on its own. So it's Bachelor of Procurement and Logistic Management. So it is a standalone course you did from the first year to fourth year. So you specialize in that area. You want to be procurement officers. You want to work in those all entities. Like if you talk of LD, you talk of any kind of sector, private, public sectors, we need those procurement officers. So you need to work in those areas. And we have lecturers who are very, and they are very talented in that area. So procurement officers, that's your area. And there is another area of Bachelor of Entrepreneurship. As you know, most of the world today is we're heading to our new business. So we want to start our new business. Now, the way we train our students is to start their own business and don't want those businesses to collapse at the end of the day. So our good managers, we find them here in Bachelor of Entrepreneurship, and also the other existing business need to continue. So we need these people there. So we encourage you to join that area and stick to it. Those who got the invitation to take those courses, stick to that. And there is another course of corporate management. I know we have a lot of circles around us. You have seen corporations, the circles. So the corporate management, these people, we are going to send them in that field. They want to learn a lot in our university. And at the end of the day, we have good managers who can run those kind of areas, the circles. I'm not forgetting that we have the diplomas. I know we might have the diplomas and certificates. The diplomas are there. If you want to take a diploma in procurement, you proceed to procurement, bachelor, you go into master's, you go to PhD. And also I advise everybody to stick to this kind of specialization. If you specialize in procurement, just continue, don't deviate a lot. So if you want to start with certificates, we have certificates, we have diplomas. We also, you can see our courses online. If you go to Faculty of Business, you click the Faculty of Business, then you click to Department of Business Administration, you just see the courses that we have. Also, on the CASNEP sector, maybe I shed more light on the CPS. Those want to take the CASNEP courses. Those who got C+ and above, they are asked to join the professional courses. This is the likes of CPA, CSIA, certified secretaries, and that one is the own arrangement. But we have staff to support you, give you the right knowledge that you need in those areas, and also that you finish in time, because we don't want also you to deviate so much from the core area, which is the degree that brought you to the university. So as you take the other CPS, the CS, make sure you remember that what brought you to the Tharaka University is the bachelor that you are called upon to pursue here. Okay? Okay, so any question you have, we are ready to answer you the question. I think we could provide our numbers to various platforms that will be website by the university, and also to encourage you to register online. The CASNEP, you can also register online. You can also register online. So you have to go to the website, and there is a procedure how you can register online. Thank you.
We've talked so much. Just I forgot one question. Student asked whether you can only do accounting for finance before. I'm going to answer that question. I would say that you can only be a specialist in accounting or finance when you do BCom if you are admitted in a Tharaka University college. Otherwise, other universities have other names. They can call it Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Business Management, where you can also specialize and be accountant. But we offer the best accountancy or finance here. For other programs in education and others, you can also do some small courses of accounting and finance. But when you do it in other programs, you are not a specialist in accounting or finance. Thank you.
And maybe not to forget, those other faculties, those who want to do the CASNEP, you are also invited. So you can do those who are doing maths, combination of maths and business, combination of maths and ETC. But the business related, we also invite you to take the CASNEP exams. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, the Dean of Faculty of Business and also the Chair. So this moment you will give Madame Fidelis to respond to questions from the Faculty of Physical Sciences and Technology. Welcome, Madam.
Okay, thank you, Dean. Good afternoon. Okay, welcome to the Faculty of Physical Sciences, Engineering and Technology, FPET, as we usually call it. And let me say this again, thank you for choosing Tharaka University to be your place to shine. So much has been said again in the earlier remarks. All the courses that are offered in the faculty have been mentioned, their job prospects, the departments under that faculty, all that has been highlighted in the remarks. So I'll go direct to the questions, some of the questions that I've seen, and I want to shed some light on Bachelor of Science, that is the EBT2. Okay, if your letter of offer reads that your registration number is EBT2, then it means you've been offered a place to take Bachelor of Science. And Bachelor of Science doesn't mean that you take all the sciences on earth. It means there are 4 combinations. We have Bachelor of Science Mathematics, Bachelor of Science Biology, Bachelor of Science Physics, and Bachelor of Science Chemistry. And when I say Bachelor of Science Mathematics, that doesn't mean you take all the units in mathematics. No, there are some combinations. For example, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, you'll be required to take 8 units. There's a student who was saying that after registering for Bachelor of Science, the number of units, that is the course registration, you are seeing that you're supposed to take 19 units. No, you're supposed to take 8 units. And these are 3 chemistry units, 1 physics unit, and 1 maths unit, and other 3 common units. So the fact that you've been offered to take Bachelor of Science Chemistry doesn't mean you take all chemistry units. It will be you take like 3 combinations, 3 sciences, then as you proceed in year 3 and year 4, you'll be majoring on chemistry. And what does this one mean? It means in future, if you want to become a teacher, you can do education courses and become a teacher. Just you can do postgraduate diploma in education and you can become a teacher. Then there's another thing I need to shed lights on about the practicals. Our disciplines are practical components, and most of you are asking how are you going to carry out practicals online? It is very possible. What we've done is that we've digitized our manuals And what is going to be happening is that before the D-Day of the practical, the technologists will be sending the manuals, which are the procedures of the practicals to the students. Then you can have a week or so to go through the practicals and familiarize yourself with the procedure. Then on the day of the practical, the technologists together with the lecturer will be in the lab doing the practicals as you watch. And any change that is observed, like the color change, the precipitate, the increase in volume, all that is noted, and you be directed on how to write that one. That is how to write a report and how to present the findings for the practical. So this is something very, very doable. And the good thing with this one is that we are also going to record, such that if you don't get the first concept or the first practical, we have a recorded procedure that can also be sent to you. Again, in the Department of Computer Science and ICT, we've also developed, that is in conjunction with the Department of Basic Sciences, we've developed some simulations, and these ones are meant to help the students, again, to understand more practical. So this one you'll be trained on how to go about it, and it's something very, very easy. Then there's another one who is asking about what is
I think it's okay now from this end. Eh? Yeah. Yeah, kindly. Sorry for that technical itch. We are almost coming to the end of our session, but before that, I will invite Mr. Kevin Tuwe from ICT, so that he can also answer some
insurance, auditing firms, and other sectors. Then there was another question,
questions
how many
relating to
units?
ICT. Let's now have Mr. Kevin Tuwe to address some issues on ICT.
Thank you so much. had so far. It has been very great and helpful in terms of what the students have been able to acquire today for our second day of orientation. What we're actually going to cover, we'll start with mainly the critical issue in terms of especially the bundles which I've seen under the questions. First question about the bundles is the university college has already negotiated discounted bundles with Kenneth, which gives you a 33% discount. We are getting that basically because we are actually part of Kenneth. Because we are part of Kenneth, and as a member institution of Kenneth, you are able to negotiate discounted bundles on your behalf that you could not buy if you are not a student. So basically what we mean is once you've registered as a student, you're going to submit your verified phone numbers as an institution. You cannot just do that as any other person. And you're going to get that 10 GB bundle for 500 bob. And it is a discounted special e-learning bundle. And with that bundle, you're able to join the Zoom classes. You can access our e-learning portal. You can access our off-campus digital library. You can also access your sessions, your institutional emails, and also your student portal, and all the orientation portal, the online registration portal, your admission letters portal. All of those are resources that are there and are being provided by the university. Also going to get that through the e-learning bundle. There's also a question. There's also a question that I was asked about the schedule, and it's very important for us to highlight the schedule. This online orientation process in September. Also, the online registration is ongoing, just to ensure that we don't lock out students who had not finished up and maybe they're waiting for this orientation, to understand what entails every part and everything that regards the university college. So you're going to get that schedule also posted on our online orientation portal. So as I've said, from 24th to 13th, that was when we did the online registration. And then on 14th to 16th, that is now the period that we're in. We started our online orientation yesterday. We're going to culminate, which are going to also be provided all the details by the Dean of Students. We're going to get all the details regarding the last and final day of online orientation, which is tomorrow. We are going to get the principal's live address. So you're going to get to understand that. Then also you're going to meet your faculties and your departmental heads at a date, and also the links and the Zoom meeting links are going to be provided to you, both online and also through SMS notifications. You're going to get that. Then on 21st to 25th, your STEAM learning starts on 21st because the e-learning training is also part immediately next week on 21st. You're going to be taken through a whole week of digital literacy. You're also going to be taken through the library, how you can access the off-campus library resources. You're also going to be trained on how to navigate through your student portal, how you can activate the e-learning portal, how you can communicate with your lecturers, how you can submit your assignments, how you can receive your assignments, how you can go through assessments, and everything that relates our online learning as we continue to monitor the situation and also await directives from the government on how you're going to come back and also have the classes on session here at Tharaka University College. So what that really means is that even when you come back, it doesn't mean that online learning stops when you come back. You are going to be learning in a blended format. What that means is you're going to be having sessions that you're going to learn in class with your lecturer face-to-face, and also other sessions which are going to be learning through the platforms. Still, your notes are going to be provided through the e-learning platforms, and also you're going to take advantage of the resources that we have at the University College to actually learn online. On a regular basis according to your timetable, which is going to be provided to do your online learning. So kindly let's have that agreement that is very important. Then the other thing that was asked lastly, as I finish up, is the fact about the whole process regarding e-learning and the institutional accounts. So once you've gotten your student portal accounts, you're going to also be created an institutional email account, which it follows your registration number at student.tharaka.ac.ke. So you're going to getting most of your communications there. That account is going to give you privileges and resources, your e-learning portal, off-campus library access, and so on and so forth regarding that. So unless there's any other question from the dean, I think I've answered that. For the combinations, you're going to post them on the orientation portal. so that everyone who wants to use any combination will know the combinations that we have, the combinations that are not viable. So, and also with regarding to the fees, there's a question who is asking, you paid your fees, but they're not reflecting on the portal. So it is not automatic and instant. It takes time because the finance department has to look into your account and verify that you paid, and then they're going to post debit, and credit your account at the university college with that amount. That is when you're actually on the student portal, it will reflect. So don't worry if you're paid and it's still showing that when you have logged in, and you already have your bank slip and you already have a bank statement.
On our website, and you can actually fill that form, and that form is going to go through that process, and you're going to be also notified also whether it is successful in your.
No, it's okay.
Okay. The specific dates for the registration. So the online registration, as we said, we actually concluded the process on 13th September, but we have just opened a very short time period.
Any other question? Okay, the specific dates for the registration. So the online registration, as we said, we actually concluded the process on 13th September, but we have just opened a very short time period, bring in those who are not registered, and kindly make sure you register as soon as possible, because if you don't register, you cannot be able to learn and cannot be considered a bona fide student. So kindly ensure that you do that as soon as possible. And for the unit registration, it begins immediately. Immediately you receive that SMS. When you receive that SMS with your student portal credentials, which is your registration number, and the password as your ID number, you log in immediately. You're going to see on the left panel, you're going to see unit registration. So on the unit registration, you just go there, you select the units. You're going to see according to the course that you have, you're going to select stage units. We're going to show that practically. We're going to prepare a video and also upload it on the online orientation portal. Then once you select your stage units, you tick them up and you click OK. If you have any issues with regards to that, kindly send us a message, an inbox on our Facebook page, an email on support@tharaka.ac.ke or orientation@tharaka.ac.ke, and we'll be ready and willing to help you through the process. We have already helped a number of students to do that, and we'll continue to do that. Is there any other question? Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kevin. At this point, we want to have a briefly Professor Levi Musalia, maybe to briefly address on the Faculty of Life Sciences and Natural Resource Management. Yeah. And then after that, Dr. Kiptui will give a vote of thanks, and then Lusweti, you can hear me from wherever you are, and then you make the after. But I will make an announcement before that. I'll make an announcement before Dr. Kiptui gives a vote of thanks, and then Lusweti will make the closing prayers. So, karibu sana, Professor.
So thank you, Lee, for giving me this opportunity. So thank you, Dean, for giving me this opportunity. Although I can say that there were no issues which were raised by students in my faculty. So I'm really going to be very, very brief. Maybe just to remind those students who are coming in my faculty, this is a faculty of life science and natural resources. Some of you may be wondering which faculty is this. We deal with the life, the living things, and so on. So these are the ones you'll be coming across. We also deal with the natural resources. So you'll find That is why you'll find courses like tourism and hotel management coming on scene. There is a lot of agriculture also, just to mention that will be area of dryland farming because we are situated in a. We are going to give you a list of the courses that are going to be that you are going to take. However, at the beginning of every semester, we require you to register for those courses. Maybe we need someone from finance to answer that question. Or, yeah, maybe we'll be informing you later on about the details on the fee payment. But we expect you to pay fees because if we have to offer you services, surely we need money to carry out these activities. So as you register, we expect you to have paid the fees. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Levi Musalia. Our dear students, we just want to really appreciate you for the time that you have been together with us up to this time. And we also apologize for some interruptions that are there. Other times, of course, with the issue of technology, we have issues of network. So there have been some kind of gaps. I believe we understand that. I just want to make an announcement because today was our second day for orientation. Tomorrow we'll be having our climax, and this one is going to be the principal's address. So kindly, I request all of us to be tuned in from 10, just a few minutes before 10 a.m., so that we'll have that address. It will be 2 hours. Will not keep you long. It's important for us to be there for that day, so that also there will be introduction of the staff, the academic staff, the administrative staff. You get to know the members in the university. Also, we'll get an address from the student. Interacting with you in the questions that are there. The faculty staff will be ready to receive even a call
we are ready to get into your issues and concerns. So thank you very much. At this juncture, I just want to invite Dr. David Kiptui to make a vote of thanks. And then after that, Lusweti will make the concluding prayer. So karibu sana, Dr. Kiptui.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Mananu. As Dr. has said, I am Dr. David Kiptui, the Director, Board of Postgraduate Studies, and I want to appreciate God for this far that He has taken us. So our students, allow me to take this opportunity to sincerely thank you, as my colleagues have said, for choosing Tharaka University College. We really appreciate and we want to thank you for that. At this moment, allow me to thank God for the fact that He has brought us today. He has been so gracious, He has been so kind, He has been so faithful, and we really thank God for the fact that He has brought us. Secondly, I want to thank our deputy principals who have been present in this meeting, our deputy principal Arsa, our deputy principal Administration, Finance, and Planning. Thank you so much for your patience. We really appreciate you. Allow me also to thank our deans of various faculties. We want to thank the CODs, the chairmen of departments who have been here. I also want to thank the directors who are present and the staff who have come to join us today. I'll not forget to thank the security department for the good work that they have done. And allow me also to thank our panelists. We've been interacting with so many panelists. I sincerely thank you so much. You have made the day a success. I want to thank our attendees, particularly our students who have been present online. Thank you so much. Thank you for sacrificing. You are wonderful.
Hello? Lusweti?
Hello.
Okay, I can see Lusweti. You have unmuted. Yeah. Can you kindly make the closing prayers? Alex. Alex Lusweti.
Okay.
Make the closing prayers.
Yes, Dr.
Yeah, close kindly with a word of prayer.
In the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Yes, Dr. Hey. All right, I come before you this afternoon. Yes, Dr. Hey. We'll come before you this afternoon. Amen. 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 God bless you all.